welcome back to the next installment of this wee YouTube series we're doing. Today we're running over pull day with myself and Mr. McMuscle. Life's too short to be small, so pay attention, get massive. What? Yeah, it is. That's our fucking scrolling Instagram between the sets. Some bodybuilder that. This is the last warm up, and then the real work starts. Strip tees, it's all coming off now. Pump covers off, revealing all. Look at that, look. Heavy.
I might go down one. You didn't get 15 there, did you?
Did?
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Well, 14 and a half.
Yeah. Say nothing though. Okay, so let's talk about proper setup for your lat training, okay? So the goal whenever we're training our lats, okay, you want the arm to come up and away from your body on the stretch, right? On the positive. And then on the negative, the goal is to get your elbow down as close to your hip as possible. Now, the reason why we do a lot of our stuff single arm is because if we were to do them dual arm, the bigger you get, whether you're carrying a bit of extra weight, a bit of extra muscle. The problem is, that's as close as I can get to my side. So you'll see there's a bit of a gap there. So what we do a lot of our lat stuff single arm. And then what we do to make up for that gap is we laterally flex. So you'll see that's as close as I can get single arm. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna laterally flex, so crunch down into the side. And you'll see now I can get that elbow much in closer. So you'll see Aaron here whenever he jumps on. So set up nice and straight first. So this is him nice and straight. And what he's gonna do is he's gonna drop that shoulder down towards his hip, and now he'll be able to row a lot closer and get a far better contraction on his lats. So if you're struggling to feel your lats whenever you're training, try this tip out and I guarantee it'll help. A good thing to do whenever you're training with a partner and you're doing a lot of unilateral training, so if it's single leg, single arm work and you're both pretty strong, you're gonna need to rest between your single arm sets. So I've just done my left arm, and if I was to jump straight into my right arm, you can see I'm still out of breath, so it wouldn't be a very good set. So what me and Aaron will do is here, I'll do left arm, and while I'm resting, he'll do his left arm. And then by the time he's done, I've had a rest and I'll jump straight in and go right arm. And that way, it'll work quite smooth, it'll work a lot quicker. You'll both get more out of it and you'll be stronger.
I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get a no call and quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all of this. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. My heart on my sleeve, stretch, seal my grip.
A couple of things I want you to think about before you do any kind of set. So if you want to get the most out of your sets, then pay attention to this. So number one, I want you to think about, right, before you do your set is, are you as stable as possible? So try and do this single arm. Now, if I was to just grab this and try row from here, I'm not that stable, because what happens is, as I try to row here with this side, it's going to sort of pull me around. So what I do is, I'm going to jam my foot against something. That's going to give me kind of force. This whole machine is trying to pull me forward. So I need something pressing against it. And not only that, I'm going to put my non-working arm into that. So now I've got counter force in two positions with my foot and my elbow in here. So now I'm much more stable. I'll be able to row more weight. Another thing I want you to think about as well is, are you using as much range of motion as possible, as effective? And the last thing I want you to think about is, are you taking your set all the way to the end? Are you training as hard as possible? Use all those three things. Think about all three of those things before you do any set, and I guarantee you'll speed up your results.
I can't take no loss, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground then it go off, yeah. Hit the ground then it go off, yeah. I can't take no loss, I don't even know what it costs, yeah. I hit the ground then it go off, yeah. Hit the ground then it go off, yeah, yeah. Run it, ooh. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah.
Okay, so for the setup on this T-bar row, let him finish the set because he's going to shout something again if I go to sleep. Okay, so setup for this T-bar row. Now, what we do here is we want to make the machine fit ourselves. So what most people will typically do is they'll just go and use these feet pads here. Now, the problem with that is you have to think about this weight. So, and like I said earlier, you want to be as stable as possible so you can output as much force, be as strong as possible, make as much progress as possible. So this weight is trying to pull you forward. So this force is acting downwards in this direction. Now, this pad isn't giving us much counter force against that. So what we do is put our feet in the ground. The ground's a wee bit far, so we have plates to stand on to bring us that wee bit closer. So now we have counter force acting in the exact opposite direction of this force here. So we're much more stable and we'll be able to lift more weight. So try that out next time you're on something like a T-bar row or any other machine for that matter. Don't be afraid to make adjustments to help make the machine fit you better.
I'm not your reverend, not in the pulpit. I'm a big bull in this element, yeah. Said you gon' pull up, then settle it, yeah. I've been married to this hustle. This is my ring, watch I step in it, yeah. And I ain't even got a yard, but I'ma get it here. Watch I touch down.
Because this is an upper back focused movement, you'll see the difference in the elbow path. So for most of our lat movements, you'll see we're focused on getting in nice and close. This here, it's upper back focused, so you'll see elbows are traveling a wee bit higher. We're focusing that wee bit more on that scapular retraction at the top of it as well. So just a wee bit of a difference in how we're targeting the back, each exercise, what we're focusing on. Pro tip.
Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground then it go off. Yeah, yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my.
Fuck. It's heavy ass weight.
Stop that. Stop that.
Come on.
Stop
Finish
that.
it. Yes, yes, yes. Go.
Stop that.
What?
By the time we get to the last year, there'll be no more. More left. Like. Do you think so? No way. Nobody wants to work anymore. Yeah. That's a scary thing to do. Second of when you're 50. Imagine sitting there and looking back on.
It's a wee motivational clip to include in the YouTube video, bro. Inspire us all.
Shot with the prize, white girls, let her tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution. Beg, please get on your knees. Came from the jungle, up in the trees. I got a few tricks up in the sleeve. One wrong move, I'ma let out the.
Cuff, cable, pull downs, great isolation movement for the lats. Now, again, we're gripping something like I've discussed before with the irradiation effect. Anytime you've got movement going on at the shoulder, you're going to want to be gripping something just for shoulder stability and health. So even though we've got the cuff on, which basically takes your grip out as a limiting factor, you're still going to want to hold on and grab something as well to keep that shoulder safer. So just like that, boom, down into the side, keep the knees, hips all in a straight line, elbow down into the hip just like that.
Stop that. Stop that. Yeah, I hear him chat to the noise. Can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Nice keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. Let her tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution. Hop in the car, watch it go vroom, vroom. I told her mom that I blow soon, soon. Knew as a child back in the womb. Oh, told her step back, I need my broom. Hop in the car, watch it go vroom. I'm in a whip, so I gotta zoom. They tryna talk, they not in the room. I've been so real, I'm dead to the tomb. They in the way, they gotta move. I got a gas, they running on fumes. Told them way back, it's something new. It's me and Dan, you gotta choose. I'm taking what's mine, I'm doing fine. Don't see the vision, they looking so blind. I hit my lawyer, don't got the time. Crossing my T's and he dotting those eyes. Don't take offense if I do not oblige. I can't belabor like none of these guys. They hit me once and I'm cutting the ties. I was so low, but I'm back on the rise, it's real. Hop in the car, watch it go vroom, vroom. I told her mom.
Tough work. Okay, so dumbbell laterals. These are one of the exercises I see done wrong a lot of the time. So typically what you'll see is most people coming straight out to the sides. They'll come out right out to the sides here and they'll externally rotate their arms as they come up. Now, the side delt runs down at an angle like this, okay? So in order to line up with that, what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna move out in what's called a scapular plane. So you're not coming directly out in front of you like a front raise, you're not coming directly out to the side, you're gonna come out at an angle at about 30 degrees. So Aaron's just gonna demonstrate. And another thing you wanna pay attention to, you want to keep the palms facing the ground at all times and slightly internally rotated. So internally rotated like that and coming out at about 30 degrees. And that's going to line up perfectly with your side delts. And one day you'll be able to build a pair of delts like him. That'll do.
Yeah. It's heavy. Famous love. Yeah, I gotta keep it trendy on my soul. I'm the most selfish person that I know. Here we go, down the rabbit hole. Got a couple carrots around my neck. Self-respect, when you out of line, you put yourself in check.
Here's how to set up your dumbbell preachers with big ass biceps. So what you're gonna wanna do is, so whatever arm is working, make sure that leg is forward and across, okay? So right arm's forward, working, so the right leg's coming across. You should be able to stand pretty much on one leg, left leg's back and out of the way. What you're gonna wanna do is line your shoulder, elbow, and wrist all up in a straight line. And then when you grab the dumbbell, another tip as well is grab the dumbbell to one side. So what that's gonna do is it's actually gonna force a bit more weight on the supination and we'll be able to get a bit more bicep activation on the way up as well. Also, you want a bit of counter force, so non-working arm is gonna push into this. I'm gonna turn the upper body away, down nice and slow like this. Stopping just shy of my arm straightening, and then moving up at a nice slow pace like that. Contract the biceps hard.
Man, you talking to the real me, yeah.